Hey Moon Magic Super Souls, welcome to today's readings. This is your weekly check-in with Spirit. We're asking for an immediate message, something you need to hear right now, something that is really important for you. And we will also draw some cards and look at the week ahead. Beautiful souls, welcome. Welcome back if you're returning. Welcome if you are new. We have three beautiful cards, amazing energy to choose from to guide you in. I'm going to draw a rune and a charm for each of the piles as well. But let me first of all show you the cards. So pile 1, your card is the Temple. Okay. Pile 2, your card is the Underworld. And pile 3, your card is the Womb. Okay, so we are checking in with an immediate message, something you need to hear now. Just going to put these little counters out. It makes it easy for you to then see the charms. I will leave the video running for a few moments, once we've drawn the runes and the charms as well. And beautiful souls, the timestamps are below as always. The moment you know which reading or readings you're drawn to, you can go straight to them. Pile 1, your charm is the Bat. That is the pile 1. And your rune, you've actually got 2. You have the Rune of Harvest, and you also have, this is Jira, and Berkana. Berkana is the Rune of Growth. I'll put them side by side, I think, actually. Maybe put them at the top. Yeah, let's put them at the top here. That'd be super cool. Fact, yeah, let's do it like that, because these are sort of round cards, so we've got plenty of space. We'll do it like this today. Okay, pile 2, your charm. You have a moon, and it's a moon with a beautiful little cat sitting in it. So that's your charm. And one rune. You have the Rune of Breakthrough, Degas. Wow, very powerful. Very, very, very powerful. Okay, and finally, pile 3. You have another beautiful moon, or we have collectively. Now this one has got a little fairy sitting in it with a 5-pointed star, a Venus star. Can you see that? So how interesting. Pile 2, a moon with a cat, and pile 3, a moon with a fairy. And you have 2 runes coming through. You have got Manas, the Rune of the Self, and you also have Rado. Rado is the Rune of Journey. Okay, so these are the runes, the charms, and the cards for today's reading, and we are getting an immediate message, something you need to hear right now, and we will look at the week ahead. Now, my beautiful souls, thank you so much for being here. It's such an honour to be connected with you all. Thank you for tuning in and coming in and checking out the readings. I know some of you follow them week in, week out, and I'm really, really humbled to be walking with you. I'm going to leave the video running for a few moments longer for you. I'll leave you in peace and quiet and stop waffling away here. I'll see you in the readings in a moment. I will put the timestamps below. I'll also list all the cards, the runes, the charms, everything I'm using as well. So you'll be able to find anything that I used today in the list below, unless I don't know what something is, in which case I can't list it. But as long as I know, sometimes I get given packs of cards, but as long as I've got the titles, I will try and put a link as well for you so you can find the cards, the runes, the charms, if they are really singing to you. Beautiful souls, I will see you in the readings in just a moment. Pile 1, welcome to your reading. This is fascinating. You have Berkana, the rune of growth, which indicates a very new phase of life, actually. It really is like a whole new beginning, but it's not like the beginning of something small. It literally is the beginning of a phase of life. And it's very, very fertile. Connects very much to nature. I'm really looking at these leaves sort of unfurling. A bat is also very symbolic of transformation, and we also have Jira, the rune of harvest. Now, I don't think I want to say too much more. The temple is an interesting card because it tends to kind of invite us to really think about where we invest our energy. You know, a temple could be that moment of stillness where you just watch, I don't know, like the flickering of a candle, or you notice the leaves just gently falling from the trees. It's like a spiritual moment rather than a specific temple. But let's see what we're shown here. We have the dance of connection. Everything is dancing with you. I'm hearing more than one card from this pack. How exciting. Well, I think that's a couple. Yeah, it is. Okay. So you have the dance of connection. Let's put them up here, I think, actually. You have giving and receiving, open up to balance, joy and connection. And then you have winds of change. Life unfolds in magical ways. Yes, something. Now, this is an immediate message for you. I think something is literally, if it hasn't already been emerging, it's literally about to emerge. Let's get more information before I say too much more. I was also drawn very much to these past life cards. Now, I'm not sure why, but that's what I was drawn to for this reading. We have the autumn card. This is very fascinating because Berkana kind of speaks about the way a forest fire can seemingly wipe out a forest. And this looks like a forest fire is going on here. And Berkana is represented by the birch tree. And look at this tree here. It has a fire in it. Like, let me show this to you. Let me bring the camera up and get it to focus for you. Can you see there is like a fire in this tree? But it's awakening something. Okay, winds of change. Something has burnt out, run its course, reached its natural conclusion. But it's done so because the new is now present. Berkana, literally, the birch tree is the very first tree to start to push itself through the soil after a forest fire. It's about regeneration. And bats are very connected to an energy that is very regenerative. We just refocus the camera on those cards down there, otherwise you're not going to be able to see anything. Okay. There's definitely some energy around you, and this is part of your message now, the immediate message you need to hear, which is to do with regeneration. But let's see what else we are shown. Putting others first, caretaker. Okay. I think there's another. Wow, you've got loads. I'll just go with it. When this many cards just suddenly come out, we just have to go with it. So, let me move your tarot cards. We're going to be laying tarot cards on top of everything. So you have caretaker, you have wealth. Maybe we should... You've got wealth, you've got abandonment and relationship repeat. I am going to move those along. Bring that down here and put this up here. Or even put it somewhere else. Let us lean into these energies. I feel like something has ended for you. something whereby you gave a lot, okay? Giving and receiving. It needs to come back into balance. Life is unfolding in a magical way here. I'm actually going to put that card there. Right. Let's draw your tarot cards. I need to see a little bit more here. It could have been a relationship that ended, but something has completed, and you're being asked to, or you're being shown that something needs to now come back into balance. What's going on here? We have the Chariot. Interesting energy coming through for you. Maybe kindly ask about an immediate message for my pile of wands. I believe that is showing through for you. It doesn't feel right. I'm actually seeing that one there, and that one there. It's like they're kind of peeking out. How very interesting. Okay, we have the Chariot. You have the 10 of Cups. Why are you being pulled in more than one direction? Very interesting. We've got 2 cards here. Wealth, card number 2, and then relationship repeat 21, 2 and a 1. It's like, I don't know. These cards for me feel very connected, and these cards, these 2 feel very connected. Abandonment, caretaker, wealth and relationship. I feel like I'm looking at 2, you're being pulled in 2 different directions, like the Chariot. Why is that? Because something can actually come together, something can grow. There's a new phase of something, the dance of connection. Let's move those along and make space for the Autumn card. Something has definitely run its course. Right, we have the 8 of Swords, the 8 of Voices. The Knight of Inspiration, this is the Knight of Wands. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. I think that's pretty much everything in view for you. I'm going to put these to one side. Your immediate message is that something needs to be put behind you. For some reason, you're feeling pulled in more than one direction, or something that came to an end. I think it's a phase of life, interestingly enough. It's not just, this isn't just a something or a someone or a relationship, although that could be involved for some of you. It's more that almost like there's this sense of your identity, who you were. You've known yourself, or you've known yourself through a particular lens, perhaps as a carer or a caregiver. And that may have come from, there's something that a lens through which you have looked at yourself, okay? And I think that lens limited your horizons in some way, shape or form. And there's actually a really interesting shift. That, for some reason, and this may be down to very real circumstances, but for some reason that has absolutely completed. And I think that's a really good thing. Transformation, it could be that you have gone through an entire and most amazing process of growth. So you're growing. You've grown out of something. You see it differently. I think you are bringing your own life back into balance, and I think you've done a lot of work. There's something that came from the roots, literally, of feeling abandoned, or of feeling that you had to step up, or that there's or maybe you lost someone, or whatever it is. There's something that has coloured your vision of yourself, and almost as though you've known yourself through being a certain something or a certain someone. Your immediate message is to ask you to let go of that identity and to assume the identity of your fullest and greatest potential, because your fullest and your greatest potential is not rooted in a perception that has come from a challenge. It needs to be rooted in a perception of joy, of love, of amazingness. It is as if you will have developed some amazing life skills. I feel like I'm putting my therapy hat on, actually, but this is what I do in reading sometimes. But I feel you have developed the most amazing life skills through adversity. That's perhaps, this is a general reading, it's going to reach many. So, in a way, I will just try and really work with the energy for you. You have developed the most amazing skills. You've developed them through some form of adversity, and that could be many life challenges, but ultimately, it's time to start afresh, to grow a new garden, to wear a new coat, to look at yourself through a different lens, or indeed to look at your life itself through a different lens. If you've been tangled in, I don't know, if you were a workaholic, for example, tangled in the need for perfection or success or something, I'm not suggesting you all are, but if you were, it's time to change that and really bring things back into balance. Wealth and abundance is not just about material stuff. It's about what actually matters. Yeah, everything in your reading is about bringing something back into balance. Open up to balance, joy, and connection. It's almost as though the role through which you have seen yourself, or the lens through which you have seen yourself, I think it limited your ability to be fully connected to others, because people would have seen you as someone they could rely upon, or someone they could, like, they love you because of what you give them, or they love you because of what you offer them, and rather than loving you for you. And it's not that they don't love you for you, but it's almost as though the role through which you have lived has been so dominant. You probably haven't known yourself outside of that role, for some of you. And it's time for that to change. That's your message, your first, most immediate message. Let's see what else is emerging, and we'll look at the week ahead as well. So we have the Two of Pentacles, the Two of Materials, and the Sun. Wow, these are amazing cards. You've got the Emperor. You have the Lovers. And you have the card of Strength. Right. There is a sort of a relational connection to this, hence the connections as well. Now, this could be your relationship to you, actually, but it could also be your relationship to someone else, or to even the lens through which you relate to the world. But balance is needed. I think there'll be an opportunity with the Two of Pentacles showing up here for you to actually prioritise yourself. With the card of Wealth, Abundance, Entitlement, shift, release, or enjoy in this relationship connections, and the Lovers, I think if it's not around you immediately, I think this is coming possibly this week, an opportunity for you to shift your perspective away from being a particular way within relationships. So it could be like that it's so much a part of you. Caring for others, looking after others is so much a part of your identity that when you meet people, you automatically sort of, I don't know, become, and this is non-gender specific, but become very maternal and caring. And there's no reason why you shouldn't be maternal and caring. That's lovely. But not if it overshadows your needs or your joy. There's an opportunity, and I think it's as I said, it's either around you or it's about to be, to completely reframe the lens through which you appear to others and the role through which you have related to others in the past. I hope this is making sense. It's as if you've perceived yourself as somebody who had to give, and now it's time for you to receive. This is a new phase of life. And this is also about following it through with the Sun and the Emperor and strength. This is really about holding your own. If you're in a relational situation, a connection with somebody, and it's been out of balance, I think there'll be an opportunity for you to address that balance. If you are stepping into a new area of your life, there'll be an opportunity for you to present yourself differently. And this is what your message is all about. Let's draw just a few more cards to check in on the week ahead, though I think we're being shown the week ahead here, actually, if I'm truly honest. Let me see if there is any further information. We have the Ace of Wands, that's the Ace of Inspiration. We have the Fool. Yeah, there is definitely. I think this week there is an absolute opportunity for you to present yourself differently. We have the Three of Swords and the Queen of Cups. I think there's an opportunity for you to be very real this week. To be real with yourself. Also with the Three of Swords, to let go. Shift, release, or enjoy. Letting go. Putting something behind you. Knowing that this is now a time of the new. This is now a time where you worship yourself as the temple. You are the temple. You yourself are that space of heaven. You are that space of spirit. Spirit and source live through you. You no longer, a role that was rooted in adversity is over. And this is you forming literally a new identity. But the new identity is how you see yourself, and also therefore how others see you. Because the way that you see yourself is also how you present to others. And I think there is a very real opportunity. So it will relate to people. Could be a person, could be a group of people, but it could also be literally you facing yourself. But I do feel there'll be an opportunity that connects to other people where you can be completely real and completely honest and authentically yourself. And I mean, in a way, potentially exposed, but not in a negative way. It really is. It's about being real and being authentic, and not just falling into a role where you fit what other people think you ought to be. Because I think you're very good at that. I think that's what you've been brought up to be. It's time to own your own entitlement and to be you. And whatever was at the root of this, that is now history. You need to burn your bridges and start afresh. See things through a different lens. But most importantly, this is about seeing yourself through a different lens and living your life through a different lens. Well, this is the most mind-blowingly fascinating reading, Pile 1. It really, 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 really is. I am absolutely fascinated by it. I really am. Beautiful souls. This is very interesting because today's readings, curiously enough, are actually on the day of a new moon. Now, I've done new moon readings. I did them a few days before, a couple of days ago. Today is Sunday. I always do these readings on a Sunday. A couple of days ago, on Friday, I did new moon readings in anticipation of this new moon. How fascinating that today, it's like it's like turning over a new leaf and starting afresh with a new blank canvas. I think that's pretty wow. I really, really do. How amazing. My beautiful souls, I'm sending you all the love in the world. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to make sure you never, ever, ever miss a reading. And thank you so much for being here. It's really an honour to read for you. Tons of love. Pile 2, welcome to your reading. I'm incredibly intrigued, actually, by yours. You have the Underworld. You also have Breakthrough, Dagaz. This is one seriously powerful rune, and this is one seriously powerful card. And I kept hearing, when this little charm came out, I was hearing, you know, cats have 9 lives. That's what I was hearing. And these readings, I do them every Sunday, but if you are watching this as I upload it, today is actually a new moon. I've already done the new moon readings a couple of days ago. But I'm intrigued by that, because this can be like a 180-degree turn. It can be a really big change in direction. And the Underworld, no, it's like diving deep and coming out afresh, being reborn. Well, let's find out more. What is the immediate message that my pile 2 need to hear about? We have the card of belonging. I adore this card. I just love the imagery and the energy of it. I mean, look at the way we have these beautiful, angelic baby faces. It's just beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful card. Belonging. This came out in pile 1, the Dance of Connection. If you were drawn to pile 1, I highly recommend it. Okay. The Dance of Connection. Everything is dancing with you. I feel that's all we want from this pack. What else do we have here? We have 2. Archangel Zadkiel. Compassion, freedom, forgiveness, personal or professional achievement. You've got a card of success as well. Okay. Okay. Gosh, something's like underground. Compassion, freedom, forgiveness. Look at these 2. They look like, well, soldiers almost. And we have both of these people in kilts, but very different ones. And look at, he's looking through a telescope. Personal or professional achievement. You are deeply loved. Ah, look at this card with the cat and the moons. Isn't that mind-blowing? I mean, you, as they say, you couldn't write it, but you really couldn't. Look at the cat and the moons. The crescent moons here. And today is a new moon. And what do we have? We have a black moon, a new moon here above the cat. Wow. I think at the time you come to this reading, when we do readings, even if they are connected with a particular moon or connected with a particular life moment, or a cycle, like, I don't know, like the solstice, or, you know, one of those earth moments. If you come to a reading at a different time, it doesn't matter, because you've been drawn to that reading because of the energy and the message for you. So I'm going to say right now, I think you are in a space of an absolute new beginning in something. An emergence, a new life, like cats have 9 lives. You're deeply loved. It could also be personal or professional achievement that you get to look back at maybe somebody or a circumstance that I would almost say that maybe pushed you in the direction you're in. I need to get more information. What are we hearing? This belonging card is so interesting. These angelic baby faces. I'll draw another from this pack. Oh, that is the one. Autumn. This also came out in pile 1. Truly, if you were drawn to pile one, I really, really, really would recommend it. Now, let's move those along. Yeah, he's looking back with his telescope. I think you are in a place of breakthrough, actually. There's a breakthrough moment around you. And everything is dancing with you. For some reason, at this turning point, this breakthrough moment, I think you are also looking back. This is really interesting. It's like a moment that cat is really, it's not exactly wistful, but really reflective. I'm wondering what you need, why you need to be looking back. I mean, it may just be a part of where you are. It might be what you're meant to be doing, almost like emotionally, in order to free yourself and move forwards and lean into your success. It's appropriate to look back, to let go, to release yourself from connections with the past, or even just to dive deep and maybe process the transition. I don't know. Let me get more information for you. This has been a curious reading, and it really was. I was really kind of intrigued by it from the moment the card came, your first card came. And that one. Well, I think it is both of those, actually. Let's see what we have. Lots of cards coming through. You have the Wheel of Fortune. You have the Magician. Okay, this is really interesting. You have the Lovers. And you have the Emperor. Okay. Right. You are genuinely at a point where it is a turning point. It's not a small one, it's a big one. This is like a life-changing turning point. You've changed direction, or the world has opened up to you in a particular way. I think you've chosen this change of direction. I think you've the wheel is turning. I think you have chosen it. And I think you have wanted it. You have been manifesting it. I think you've made very clear choices to get to where you are. I think you really are in a personal way, you have achieved something that you were aiming to achieve in terms of manifesting something. For some of you, it might be connected to where you live, with that sense of belonging, or the people you have around you. Some of you may have dived deep and really started to choose only to resonate with people that you resonate with. But you are also, for some, and I think it is just maybe a natural part of this process. For some reason, the energy around you, maybe you have been very focused on looking forward and on manifesting the success that you desire. And then when you reach this turning point, there always is this point of review, of looking back. Compassion, freedom, forgiveness. Some of you might be letting go. I think this might also be about, in your newfound success, in your newfound life, I think you have been, you're being very discerning about who you take with you. I do think there is some relationship connections here. I think you, in your new success, are genuinely, really, really thinking about who you want to keep in your world and who you don't. There's something about you manifesting a new life for yourself or taking on a new direction and really only choosing to hang out with certain people. I think you're reading your spirit team, your guides are saying to you, almost like they're almost giving you advice. And I feel a bit like, I was going to say I'm putting my therapy hat on. I think your spirit team have got their therapy hats on. Because when we move forwards and we release things, if we hold on to elements of the past that didn't work, a part of us is still anchored in the past. In a way, the way to be able to free ourselves from history is, to find our freedom, is to just recognise everybody's on their own path. It's really sad if people aren't resonating in a particularly good way or whatever that is. This reading is about making your own choices with who you hang out with, where you feel you can belong, the kind of people, the places, the circumstances, the situations. It's all about that sense of where you belong. I think you have manifested and are choosing some sort of new direction for yourself, either a new location or new groups of people, or just choosing in terms of who you manifest, who you want in your life and who you don't. I think this is really quite, in its own way, quite clear cut. Simultaneously, it means you're releasing and letting go of certain people, circumstances, things. And I think you are in this pivotal moment. Maybe you're crossing the T's, dotting the I's. But the message really is, I think the message is about not holding on to any emotional content in connection to people who are departing. It's like if somebody is departing, if something in your world seems to be asking to leave, then let go gracefully. We have the card of Strength. We have the card of the Two of Pentacles, and then the Queen of Cups. You also have the Muse of Voices. This is the King of Swords. Look at the way that new pathway is opening up. Wow. Okay. Where can we put that? We'll put it just here. Those can come down, actually. Look, we can put that one in there like that. This is all about your connections and starting afresh. And literally choosing who you hang out with. We have the Page of Pentacles. You are in a position right now, and we have the Sun. You are in a position right now where stuff is really, really emerging successfully. You are coming to these breakthroughs. You are in a breakthrough moment in time. So first of all, your first sort of message is almost like an acknowledgement of your success. You are at a breakthrough point. You are rising. You have manifested actually where you've got to. You've worked hard. You're here because you've got here. You've made it happen. And right now, because of how you've got to where you've got to, your position of success in some shape or form in terms of something you are manifesting, and this does feel like a very big breakthrough, a very, very big turning point, it means you are also having to let go of things. And you are being asked to let go gracefully, to own your success, and to not hold on to anything that's connected to the past. You can't change other people's journeys. Let them do their own thing. She is looking ahead. Look at her sitting on this lion. She is looking ahead. Your world is blossoming. And it's really important, I think this is what your spirit team is saying, that if you are to really capitalize on your success, it is profoundly important that you are not tangled emotionally in the past. This is what your message is about. We have the Page of Pentacles, which is so full of promise. It's time for your garden to grow, literally. And you have the Sun. So your message is, because it does feel like it's more than one, but fundamentally, yeah, there are certain things, people, circumstances, things that have had an emotional connection that are now in the past, and it's actually where they need to be. So don't hold on to them emotionally, because it will, it's inappropriate. You need to move on. It's time for you to be free and be with the people with whom you resonate with, and live the life that is appropriate to your success, whatever that would be for you. I'd like to know about the coming week. This is really exciting. It's very interesting. It is tinged with sadness. I will be honest, pile 2. I have to say what I'm feeling. And this is loaded with success. It's exciting, it's vibrant, it's magical, it's new, it's a new life, it's successful. The tinge of sadness, I think, is to do with people who can't keep up with you, who aren't relevant to your world anymore. There is a tinge of sadness. I think that's part and parcel of the normalness of moving forwards. I really do. I'm actually seeing these 2 cards. What's happening this week for you? Yeah, so it's that sort of paradoxical emotional energy. Just process it. Let it be. Let it be and let things go. We have to say about the week ahead for my beautiful pile 2s. You have temperance. Yeah. Be in balance. When we are in this duality of energy, when the world is loaded with success, but there's that tinge of sadness about what you leave behind, be in balance. Hold your success, but don't deny the feelings either. It's how you process them. We then have the 3 of inspiration, which is the 3 of wands. Look at the dominoes. Right, things genuine. I think something this week is going to move forwards in your world. We have the Fool. Yeah, there's going to be I think an actual real opportunity in your world this week. With the 7 of Cups, I think there will be an opportunity to literally make some really quite significant choices, I would say. There's an opportunity for you to approach something differently. In fact, I just want to say, I think it will be an emotional week for you. I think it's like your spirit team are giving you the heads up. I think there may be some things that remind you of the past or show you the past, whilst also very clearly you recognise that something no longer serves you and you need to move forwards. For some of you, it could even be like a connection with someone from the past, or a connection to somewhere where you used to feel like you belonged, and now you know that you don't. You've outgrown it. You really have. You have turned a corner, and you are in a place where you are manifesting a life of success. And in some area of your world, you're kind of there, and you know it. And I think there is melancholy is the word. Like there's all this sort of joyous success, and yet there is also a kind of a melancholy at the fact that not everybody is growing with you, and not everything can remain in your world. So there is joy, excitement, success, positivity, fulfillment, very much leadership. You've got yourself to where you've got to. How amazing. Congratulations, well done you. But there's also a point here of where something moves forwards, and it's moving forwards to success, but irrevocably, I think that's the right word, there is an irrevocable, an absolute, something has to be left behind for you to own it. This would be like if you had been, this is like an example of the energy. If you had been hoping and hoping and hoping for some kind of an upgrade in your job or your work, and suddenly you get the most incredible promotion, and you've jumped 3 stages or something like that. You get an incredible promotion, and it's absolutely amazing. It's everything you wanted. You've manifested it. You've worked for it. It's mind-blowing. But suddenly, your colleagues, your best buddies, you're now going to be managing them from the top down. And suddenly they look at you through a different lens, because now you are the boss, whereas before you were the buddy. And it's like, and you in owning your success, you can't change that, because you are going to have to manage them and tell them kind of to some extent, or guide them in what to do. You have a leadership role, you have authority. So there's something that changes in that way. You are getting something you have manifested and worked for, and it's amazing, but it sets you apart from certain aspects of your life that you thought or have enjoyed, but they're no longer relevant to you. Something of that ilk is changing, and it has a great depth of emotion with it. And that's what I'm kind of seeing. It's like you actually, and you can't change that by owning your success and embracing the thing that you have worked for and longed for. It's just part of it. It's one of those things. I remember actually listening to an interview with Oprah, and she said, you know, all the stuff that she had been manifesting and wanting to bring forth, and suddenly she did some sort of show or something or another, because previously she was just totally unknown. And she said, suddenly, overnight, I walked down the street and people knew who I was. And your whole life changes, because you're no longer just anybody standing in a queue in a supermarket. Suddenly it's different. And it's that kind of a shift. So even though you embrace, and she embraced everything that came with her success, there were certain relationships that shifted or changed, or people saw her differently. And it's this sort of flavour. There's an emotional undertone. Something happens this week that gives you the opportunity to take the path to success that you've been longing for and manifesting. But in doing it, you let go automatically by default of some other things. And there is a deep emotional quality to it. So, beautiful souls, I think you can see how these are very much weekly readings. I do other pick a card readings during the week, and where we ask specific questions. But Sunday readings, we ask for an immediate message, we look at the energy now, and we look at the week ahead. And they have a very distinct flavour, because we really are looking at life now, in the moment. And yeah, so I mean, this is sort of a good reading as an example of that. If you're new to the channel, you'll hopefully get a flavour of what the Sunday readings here are about. I just want to wish you every success and say congratulations, and also to say I totally understand. You know, in my therapeutic work, emotions, I really get emotions, and it is fascinating when we shift to something we want. There is always an undertone of something else happening. In my library, so I have various websites, but in my library, which is an emotional and psychological resource, it's the A to Z of emotional health. In there is a section, a page called The Psychology of Emotion. And there are two audios that I've made. One is called The Wobble of Change, and the other is called The Sadness of Moving Forwards. And the sadness of moving forwards particularly would relate to the kind of energy that's here. So if you find yourself having a wobble, do check into the library, www.azemotionalhealth.com. Totally free resource. Just help yourself to anything in there that is helpful to you. Beautiful souls, I wish you an amazing week. I really, really honour your success. And I also honour the real deep feelings that you as an amazing human being have as you move forwards to a whole new level of success that shifts and changes other areas of your world as part and parcel of that journey. But you are stepping up and you are amazing. So thank you. And just, I'm so honoured to be connected with you all. Pile 2, tons of love. Don't forget to subscribe and press the little bell icon if you want to make sure you never, ever, ever miss a reading. Tons of love, my beautiful souls. Pile 3, welcome to your reading. You have the beautiful fairy sitting in the moon with the Venus star. Manaz, the rune of the self, and Rado, the rune of journey. Now, the rune of journey, more often than not, involves journeying inwards and removing obstacles within ourselves to anything that is in the way of our progress. Now, The womb is a very internal, nurturing space. The Venus star is a very feminine, nurturing energy. Let us find out, what is the message, the immediate message that you need to know today? What is it that your guides want you to know about? We'll look at the week ahead as well. Let us check in. We have Moon Bloom. Oh, this is mind-blowing. And look at this, the sacred geometry here. Moon Bloom, focus on a hidden aspect of your situation. And then into the golden girandole, the magical miracle of life, which is like giving birth, the magical miracle of life. There's something you need to see. There's something that isn't yet visible. If you journey within, you'll find the answer. So I don't think it's something external that's being hidden from you. It's something internally. It could be something you haven't noticed or you're not aware of, or it's something that needs nurturing and you haven't identified it. It doesn't feel negative. It's going to blossom. I mean, wow. It's going to absolutely burst forth. But there is something you need to see. There's a hidden aspect of your situation. Before it emerges, journey within. Or maybe you need to get still and meditate and it'll be shown to you. Let's find out more. That's like your first message is really quite clear. Overview, overworked rather, out of balance. Okay, so it could be something, some area of your world that is not in balance that you need to address. Okay, oh, that was just flying out, but too many there. Do you know, it's really interesting. It's like the pack almost divided in half, and I am actually seeing this card. And that one. Let's see what we have. You have community, personal or professional connections, and passion, spirit connections, Archangel Uriel. Right, okay. I think something that is being, that needs to be looked after is you. I think maybe you are so focused on, I think maybe you're out of work, you're balanced, you're overworked, you're out of balance with your personal life. Passion, spirit, connections. What else do we have? Sometimes as well, if we're overworking or just that we're overthinking something, you know when you can't see the woods for the trees, you don't see it clearly. Because you're very fixed and focused on it rather than allowing it to emerge. Now this is fascinating. I actually knew when I picked these cards up today, I knew that this card was going to come into one of our readings. The necropolis. This is like, a necropolis is like a, in a way it's like a graveyard, but it's more than that. There are tombs, there are caverns, there are sacred spaces. Again, something under the surface that needs, there's something under the surface that needs to be seen. And I don't think you're seeing it, possibly because you're overworking or so busy, maybe you're not, there's something you're not seeing and you need to see it. Right, let's find out what this is. I think it's something internal, but looking at community now, I am wondering, personal or professional connections. Is there something going on around you that you're not actually seeing, even within your community or in the working world? Is there something you're not seeing? Spirit wants to show it to you. If you journey within, I think you will see what it is, but we're going to try and get as much information for you as we can. There's definitely something going on. What is it that you need to see? Is it you need to see something inside? Is it something else that's going on? May we kindly ask for more guidance and more information, please. So this and this. Gosh, a lot of cards wanting to come through for you. And also that one. In fact, it's actually that one. And I think that too. loads and loads and loads. I feel like I've got a whole pack here, almost. You have the Muse of Materials. This is the King of Pentacles. The Three of Wands, Three of Inspiration. Temperance, Balance. Okay, just going to move these along. I think that comes into view. Good. You also have the Sun. The Four of Voices. This is the Four of Swords. The Hanged Man. And the Five of Inspiration. That's the Five of Wands, which is a very competitive environment. But I am seeing somebody, look at this, we have a hole, something beneath. And again, the sky, blue sky, there's something you need to see. Hanged Man, the Hanged Muse. Now, the Hanged Man is a card, the traditional meaning or the traditional origins of the energy of the Hanged Man were to do with Odin, who was hanging upside down in a tree, as you do, and noticed that beneath him the bones and the twigs on the ground formed particular shapes, and he understood that these shapes meant something. They brought a message. The Four of Swords, it's a card of meditation, where you see something clearly. The Five of Wands, look at this blue sky thinking. There is absolutely something that needs to be, your spirit team wants you to see something. There's something you need to see. Let's find out more. What else do we, I'm just going to look through the cards that we have here. So we have the Eight of Pentacles. I think it's almost certainly to do with work. Work, community, home, family, but you know, physical stuff of your life. We have the Queen of Wands. The Muse of Inspiration, which is the King of Wands. We have Six of Voices, Six of Swords, and the Queen of Cups. Right, now I'm going to put your other king here because that's just going to work really well for us, for laying them out. The womb. Right. I think for many of you this is to do with work, actually, more than your community. When I say you need to see something, I don't, as I said right at the start of your reading, I don't think it's something negative with the Venus star showing up here either. But it is very much as though your spirit team, spirit source itself, the universe, is trying to guide you in a particular direction. There's a pathway that you need to follow, or a window of opening, a doorway. Like, things can really fall into place like dominoes. For things to click and fall into place, there's something that you need to see. They're trying to connect with you. I feel like it may just literally be that you are in a place where you're getting so focused on what you're trying to do and what you're trying to create and manifest and bring forth. You're so focused that you're not able to be still enough to receive the guidance that they're trying to give you. And I do think it is largely connected to something like a creative project or your working environment. Now, Eight of Pentacles tells us that you can be very, very successful if you work at something. But we also have the Queen of Wands sitting next to this card. And the Queen of Wands she's the Queen of transformation. She's very creative. She's very powerful. The Six of Swords. This is a card where we hold our vision in front of us. And with the Queen of Cups, we invest in it emotionally. We also have, interestingly, Muse of Inspiration, Muse of... So we've got Wands and Pentacles. Let's move those over there. Okay, we've got the Sun as well. Right. I think that your guides, your spirit team, are asking you, pile 3, almost to make some time. I mean, I would literally be saying meditate daily. I think you are working at something, and for you to be able to bring it forth, for things to click into place, basically Spirit wants to speak through you. And if you're able to get really still, those communications are going to flood in. It'll be like sort of sacred geometry. Things will flood in. The connections will be made. The bridge will be shown that takes you to exactly where you need to be. The pathway will become clear. If you're working on something like a book, for example, and you are really struggling with inspiration or you're procrastinating, get still and you will see exactly where you're meant to be going and the direction you're meant to be going in. Your reading is, your first and most primary message is get still, journey within, open yourself to receive. The answers are not in physical action, they are in stillness and alignment with Source, with Spirit. And the signs and the signals, the synchronicities, the inspirations will be shown to you. That's absolutely your first and primary message. I think you have become so focused you're overthinking things, or you're trying to make something happen and you're trying too hard. So slow down, get still. May we ask about the coming week? That it's a really clear message. May we ask about the coming week with 2 kings. King of Pentacles, King of Wands. I mean, wowza. And 2 queens. The Queen of Cups and the Queen of Wands. This is big success. You know, this can happen. I almost feel like, I kind of want to say, pile 3, you're going to need to get out of your own way. It's that sort of feeling about it. This needs to be nurtured, not pushed. When we give birth, there are times when we push, but there are also times when we breathe. And interestingly enough, giving birth, the actual birthing itself, the process is started by the baby. I remember reading this during my own pregnancies with my own children. The actual process of birth, when a baby's ready, they come. So there's something about this falling into place and flowing forwards. Whatever you're doing, it's an amazing pathway that you're being really, really supported in. But the key for its emergence is stillness, and for the inspiration to land with you rather than for you to try and make it happen. It's like if you're sowing seeds, you're not going to be able to make them grow any quicker. Once you've sown them, you can nurture them, you can keep an eye on them, but you can't make them grow any quicker than they're going to grow. Let's ask about the week. 10 of Pentacles. This can really grow. I mean, this is the lottery win of the tarot. I love this card. You have the 6 of Pentacles, giving and receiving. It's magic. Look at the vibrancy coming through here. Look at the fertility. You have the Knight of Wands. I think this week, I actually think this week there will be a significant shift forward for you, but the shift will come because you get still and allow yourself to get out of your own way. So the shift forward will come because you are receiving. You're in a balance of giving and receiving. You're in a space of balance. You're working with the universe. You're not trying to push for something or to strive for something to be done. If your week is balanced with stillness breaks and journeying within, meditation, everything you need to see will be shown to you. I think there will be a significant shift and gain, like a point where something actually does move forwards. Big time, I would say, with the 10 materials, Ten of Pentacles. So whatever you're working at, I think this week can see it burst into life in some way. You'll see it move forwards, but you can't force it, okay? And that's what your reading is about. We kindly ask if there's anything else that my pile threes need to see. Anything else at all, please, that my pile threes need to see. Any other guidance? There may not be. No, there we are. I had a feeling that there was. You have another king. The King of Cups. Wow. You have the Six. Okay. The Six of Cups, and you have the Eight of Cups. Now, this is really interesting, because when we were talking here about the blue sky thinking, look at the way the mirror here, almost, the blue sky thinking, is, it's almost like she's holding it in a sort of a womb-like place. And look at this, we have a child playing. It just I'd like to say take time out if you can this week, pile three. You know, or step away so you're not in the place where you can't see the woods for the trees. Slow down, get still, be balanced, take time out to play, and I think something really significant is going to emerge. And it feels absolutely fabulous. It will enable you to move forwards. It's fascinating with the Eight of Cups here. We see a new moon today. The readings, that literally of the day of these readings, obviously they're timeless. Whenever you come to them, you've been drawn to them for the right reason. If you're drawn to a set of readings, it's come because the timing is right for you. But it's a new beginning. There's a big shift available for you this week. And your team are saying to you, don't push to make it happen, allow it to happen. There will be time to take action, but it's not about striving to make it happen. It's allowing yourself to feel your way into it and allow it to emerge and evolve. And I think it will. Take time to be still, journey within. Everything you need to know will be brought to you and you'll see it. And in that space of reflection, it is as though the universe will orchestrate for something to emerge, to achieve a point of success. It may be a point that's along the way, a part of the journey, but I think the route to success will be shown to you. You'll know what to do, and indeed certain things may even happen and come to, reach that point of success. But it's this blue sky thinking, this new beginnings, letting it flow with the King of Cups here, letting something flow into existence rather than trying to make it. Your reading is very clear, but I do think there will be potentially a significant move forwards with something for you this week. My beautiful pile threes. I'm really thrilled for you. Look after you. Take time out. I think this is really saying you're overworking, out of balance. The key is balance in everything. Take time out and play. And if you do, everything is going to flow into place. This is one of those times when you can't force something. You've just got to let it happen. Pile three, this is your reading. I love these weekly readings. They really are so in tune with real life events and what it's like to always think to live a very normal human life, whatever normal is, but you know what I mean. Beautiful souls, I do other pick a card readings during the week that ask specific questions or align with certain things around the moon, all sorts of astrological things as well. Don't forget to subscribe and press the little bell icon if you'd like to make sure you never miss a reading. And thank you so much for being here. I'm really, really honoured to be connected with you all. Tons and tons and tons of love.